Good morning, my beautiful besties. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Diana. You can call me Jasmine. You already know how it is. So today's little story time. Get your coffee because I already drank my coffee already. So today's story time. Ooh, this is kind of a juicy one, but same time it's kind of like toxic, you know? How I got kidnapped at 17. I said this in my podcast, like some of the parts in my podcast, but it was just hard for me to explain because I was not ready for it. But now, time to talk about it, the whole tea. But not like more, the names and stuff. No, I'm just gonna do fake names like always. Fake names, like not too much details of the story time because I don't feel like putting too much details out there, But you'll see, you'll get what I mean. But yeah, besties, get your coffee, morning coffee, or whatever you got, and hot Cheetos, whatever you have, and listen to my story time. I'm gonna start from from the start, and then go with the kidnap stuff because I feel like going with the background first for y'all can understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So let's get started. So growing up, I grew up with a lot of toxic people in my life where it's hard to get out of. And it was just tough. Like, imagine if you're like in a toxic, area or a toxic people in your life, and it's hard for you to be in a correct path, even though your parents trying to encourage you to go to a correct path, but you're like blind or like you're in the wrong path, but you don't realize it. So yeah, it's hard for me because I grew up in a toxic people, been influenced by toxic people, and it's really hard, it's just hard to get out of. I just been through a lot. Like, imagine if you're influenced by toxic people that wanted you to do bad stuff, and you know what I mean? If you get what I mean, right? But yeah, it was not easy, y'all. But let's get started, shall we? So in the beginning, you already know my story time. You already know how I got suspended and all that. So, the part I said in my story time, the story time I said about my bully, right? That story time I said, right? If you know, you know. But I said that I met my fake friend at the turn school. So basically I met my friend at the turn school. So back then, me and my fake friend, we met each other at the turn school, right? And I always hang out with her a lot. So went clubbing with her, go to festivals and stuff like that, because I was a party girl back then. So, but in the wrong path, you know what I mean? This is kind of a short story time, but basically, hear how it happened. So me, my fake friend, her man's, and her man's cousin, us four, we went to the Mexican festival that they invited us to, right? And so I went, I was like, okay, bet, let's go to the Mexican festival. So we went, us four of us went, and we had a good time. We went baile norteños and stuff like that, And so then my fake friend, her man's, was drinking a lot of alcohol and stuff, because when he don't drink, he's chill, he's controlling, but still control of my fake friend, it's abusive, but he got more abusive when he drank alcohol, if you know what I mean. And so we went to his car, right? We just, after the Mexican festival, we had a good time, we don't want the one to ruin it. Of course, my fake friend's man's, my fake friend man's, how can I say it? Basically her partner, right? Her partner, he was alcoholic. So he grabbed my fake friend's pelo. She was pregnant, y'all. This is the time when she was pregnant. And so he grabbed her pelo, swinging her, you know what I mean? And so me, she's pregnant, and so I had to to protect the baby at all costs because I want her baby to be safe, And so me, I was a real friend to her. I was like, dejala and stuff like that, in Spanish. And he was telling me shits. I told him shits, because I ain't gonna argue with the man, but you wanna argue with me? Okay, I'm gonna argue you back, And so, of course, he left us. We were at a dangerous street. I think we were a dangerous street at the Baltimore City. At the city right here. The Baltimore City. At a dangerous street. I'm not in the city as much. You know what I mean? I'm just a county girl. But I'm not in the city person, you feel me? But what you call it, I was in a dangerous street, and so me and my fake friend, we left there by ourselves in the midnight. That midnight there were like gunshots, but we're safe, thank God we're safe. Basically, her man's left us like at the street, but he was alcoholic, he was not himself, but he was abusive. So me and my fake friend, we had to walk all the way to the laundromat at 1 a.m. at the laundromat to use the bathroom, but we wanted help, And so her man was looking for us to harm us, and so of course he found us at the laundromat. It was just too much toxicness, but I defend my fake friend always. So then her man's came rushing towards the laundromat at midnight with his cousin that come for me, like to calm me down. So her man's was like, "Hey, where my girl at?" in Spanish, He was like he was calling me mamona and shit like that. Like, bro, what? I don't understand your Mexican language, but all right, cool. But he was calling me a bitch and shit like that, in the Mexican language. But I'm like, bro, you tripping. But anyways, and I even told him, like, if you hit me, motherfucker, I was like, if you hit me, I'll hit you back worse. Like, don't play with me, But yeah. So then his cousin come from me outside, tell me to calm down, everything's gonna be alright. I'm like, boy, does it look like I'm alright? Like, hello. But yeah, y'all, like, it was too much. I left my house keys like in his car, because when my fake friend was like arguing with him back and forth, like he argued with my fake friend back and forth, and he slapped her, grabbed his hair, and even choked her in front of me. I left my keys and my stuff at his car, so it was hard for me to go home, aka here. It's hard for me to go home because I forgot my keys and my stuffs. And guess what? He ain't gonna give me it. Till this day, he didn't give me my shit back. And then my parents were worried because I was not home for 4 days, or almost 3 or 4 days. And they call the cops on... Basically, they call the cops on me. But for me, I was dumb enough to stay. Ever since her mans was in the picture, that's when our friendship just like cut it, Because she made bad decisions. That's on her, That's on her. That's why I got out of it. It's not because I hate her. It's because the way that she betrayed me and the way that she made bad decisions to be with him. After I defended her, after all I risked it for her and everything, As a real friend I am. Especially going to the laundromat at 1 a.m. in the morning while you're pregnant, walking all the way to a dangerous street just to go to a laundromat and stay there to get help or go to the bathroom. Girl, you had a real friend with you who suffered with you. But alright, cool, This one time I moved in with her. I think I was visiting her, I moved in with her. I don't remember as much, but I think I was like visiting her one time. And I remember she was like, I'll be back, I'm gonna get my mail. Like, she like orders Shein, like little products and stuff. She's like, I'm gonna get my Shein box at the mailbox, I'll be right back. And so I was like, okay. And so I'm just chilling there watching TV. And I felt like this like off feeling, so I just went outside just to see if she's okay, because basically they had a restraining order, separate restraining order. And once I went outside, I see her getting choked by that man. Her getting choked by that man. And so me as a real friend, I was like, hey, like I screamed, I was like, hey, like, que pedo contigo, I was like, bro, when I'm pissed, my Spanish is like 100% when I'm pissed. So he just like ran off and drove off, somewhere. And I told my fake friend, like, are you okay? Like, did he hurt you? Because he had a knife with him too. But good thing I'm trust me, I'm a real G. Trust me, I'm a real friend. I don't care if I get stabbed. I defend you no matter what. That's how real I am, I risk it for you. So I asked her, like, are you okay? Like, do you want to call 911? She's like, no, I'm good, thank you, But yeah. Especially my fake friend put me in a closet. She put me in a closet while my parents were looking for me. Yo, it's crazy though. Like, my fake friend was like, hide in a closet, I'm gonna just wait until your parents leave. I'm like, okay. So I hide in a closet. So yeah, y'all, basically that's a short ass story time I got for y'all. How I got kidnapped at 17 by my fake friend's mans and by my fake friend, because she was involved with it basically a little bit, but not as much. But me as a realist friend, I protect her and everything, but that's her bad decision, that's on her. So yeah, like, for me, this is the thing, I don't hate her, But I just hate the fact that she does bad decisions for her mans, you know, and she betrayed me for her mans. That what hurts me more. It's crazy, right? Like imagine like me having like bad people in my life, like my friends, thinking that they're my good friends, but they're bad. They're like bad influence and trying to put me in a wrong path, trying to put me in a more dangerous situations. And then my sister-in-law, same thing, but in family edition. So mostly her because she hates me a lot. So yeah. But yeah, y'all, like I really thank God for everything. Thank you for watching, besties. I'm sorry this is a really short story time, but if I got more longer story times, I'll let you know. But for now, I only got like short story times I have for now that I could think of. But I'm gonna think more story times. What should I tell y'all? But yeah, thank you for watching, besties. Bye. Little extra story time. A little extra story time for y'all. Since I was like in 7th grade, 8th grade, around there, me and my first fake friend, she was like a advantage type of friend. Like she will take advantage of you, like saying, like for example, like, oh, buy me this, buy me that, and of course I listened because I was a like, you know, I was a goody two shoes. But tell me why this one time, bro, and I don't think my neighbors know this, but if you seeing this, girl, I'm so sorry. But so back then when I was like in 8th grade, 7th grade, my first fake friend, she was like advantage of me. Like I thought she was like my best friend, but she ain't my best friend. I remember this one time my neighbors was selling slime. You know, back then it was like a trend of slime. So my vecinas, they were like selling slime. And you know, I was hanging out with them back then. Like me and my neighbors, we were close. And till this day, we cool, but it's not that we're close no more. You know what I mean? But we're cool. But it's just that we ain't close no more because we all grown up already. But anyway, so back then when I was hanging out with my vecinas, when I was hanging out with my neighbors, so my neighbors were selling slime, like $1, $5. I don't remember how much it cost, but I know it's like around there. Ah, pues de allí, mi gente. So, you know, my first fake friend in middle school, she wanted slime. And so, you know, she was like, give me the slime or else I ain't gonna be your friend. Of course, I give her my neighbor's slime. I sacrificed that slime so much where it's all over my binder. And she was like, oh, I don't want that slime no more. Bro, I lost my $5 on your ass for slime. And you don't appreciate the shit I do for you? Like, that's crazy. Bro, just because slime is in my binder and you don't appreciate or just say thank you at least, like, I gave my neighbor's slime. I wasted my $5 or $1 for that slime. It's like a glittery metal slime. I don't know how you call it, like glittery gray slime. But yeah, basically I did so much for my fake friends and fake people, and they don't cherish it, they don't realize it, or like I don't know what's up with them. It's like they take advantage of me and shit. So now that's why I keep my circle small, y'all. Like I don't have no friends. This is why I keep my circle small. Like I used to have a big group, or I have no friends back then too. I had no friends back then, elementary school, middle school. But I'm really grateful I have like a small circle with me. So I don't need friends. Who needs friends if you got a small circle with you? So yeah.